So in this video, I'm going to give you a few things that you need to know about Hoboken before moving there. Now, I actually consider Hoboken and Jersey City the sixth borough of New York City because they are not in the state of New York. They are in the state of New Jersey. However, they are 5, 10, 15 minutes right outside of New York City. So it could not be any closer. And it actually takes less time to get to certain parts of Manhattan from Hoboken and Jersey City than it does from other boroughs or other parts of Manhattan. It's actually crazy. So I am a New York City real estate agent and I still have an appreciation for this area. So I just want to make that very clear. So if you are in the Chelsea neighborhood in Manhattan and look out to the west side waterfront, what you are seeing directly on the other side of the river is actually Hoboken. The Hoboken waterfront is absolutely gorgeous. The views you can get in Manhattan are unbelievable. Like, to this day, I love going to Hoboken and spending time on the waterfront just looking out at Manhattan. It's probably one of my favorite things to do, honestly. So over the past 10 years-ish, give or take, this neighborhood has become so expensive. It used to be the case where that people would be moving to Hoboken because they couldn't afford to live in these other New York City neighborhoods. But now, I mean, you will find deals compared to Manhattan in Hoboken, of course, because you're not in Manhattan. This neighborhood has become, like, depending on where you are in the neighborhood and what view you have in Manhattan, it can be extremely pricey. However, some of these apartments have just incredible views of the skyline. Like, it's unbelievable. Now, I would say that Hoboken definitely has a community vibe feel to it. So it definitely feels like the people who are there are more so people who live there. There's not a lot of people who work in Hoboken. There are some, but it's not a ton. And there are actually a few big companies in Hoboken, more on the waterfront side. But other than that, it's a lot of people who are there, people who work in that city. I don't want to say this to give it a bad rep because it's definitely not only for this person, but it is a good spot to move to in your early 20s or after college because it does have kind of like a very safe community feel to it. So I actually moved to this area right after college and I didn't live in Hoboken. I ended up living in Weehawken, which if you know this area, Weehawken is like 5 minutes outside of Hoboken. I could walk to Hoboken. I did all the time and I spent every day here. So I definitely felt like even though I technically wasn't living in Hoboken, I felt like I lived in Hoboken and I absolutely loved it. I loved my time there. Now I do have to say that I am not from the state of New Jersey. I'm from the state of Connecticut and I did feel like most of the people that I did meet living there were from the state of New Jersey. It did not matter at all. I actually felt like people were very friendly in Hoboken, but I just did think it was funny because I definitely did feel a little bit like an outlier because I wasn't from the state of New Jersey. However, no one cares. And also, that was a long time ago. I don't know if it's actually like that to this day. So it could be very different now. So what type of real estate can you find in Hoboken? There are actually a ton of townhomes here. And if you spend time walking the side streets, you will see that most of them are lined with townhomes. Now, you also can find a lot of mid-rise apartments. There's not really a lot of high-rise, but there's a lot of mid-rise. And some of these apartments are so nice. Definitely top high-end luxury. But like I said, you will pay a price for living in Hoboken. It's not like you're going to find this crazy discount outside of New York City in this area. Now, most of the action in this neighborhood is going to be on Washington Street. So that's going to be where a lot of the dining, shops, restaurants, all that's going to be pretty much over there. However, there has been more built up on other side streets as well. But zoning-wise, this is where most of the action is going to be. So overall, I hope this helped you figure out a couple things that you need to know before moving to Hoboken in New Jersey. Now, if there's anything I missed in this video or anything that you want to add, please share it in the comments because I really think that hearing from all of you guys really helps everybody else in the community. And as always, I love hearing from you guys.